Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I am here with another exciting, delighting and much interesting video here on the channel. So this is of no news that the president has gone outside the country. He has traveled outside the country for vacation, what we call holiday. He has gone on holiday, and I think this will be like the second or the third holiday he's going for the year 2025. And yeah, that came, I think, days after he introduced the taxation come 2026, where he said every Nigerian earning more than 800,000 will be paying tax. Every single Nigerian, as much as you are earning up to 800,000, you are liable to pay tax. Yeah, he dropped that, and yeah, pack his bag and he's off the country for vacation. We could see some of the governors and others who escorted him to the airport to bid him farewell as he was leaving the country. Today, His Excellency Peter Obi actually shared a post on his X, which I want you guys to read together and possibly analyze what he said inside this speech. He first of all started the post with, "When home is not conducive to this president." When home is not conducive to the president, that is what he said. He started it. Of course, all of you know what it means when your house is not conducive for the president or the leader or the head of the family to stay. He will always want to go somewhere, a place like maybe hotel, or take a vacation somewhere, which is what the president has just done. Let's just read the article. Read it while we analyze. He said, "From all indication, our president is not finding his home in Nigeria conducive for a long stay, and it should be concerning to us." Yes, because he just returned from Brazil, where he had a summit. That was where he said Nigeria is free of corruption now. I think he made that statement. He came back I don't think he's up to 1 week, and now he's off Nigeria again to another country for, according to them, a working holiday. Now, just yesterday, from the Upton time, Mr. President waved the nation goodbye again, barely 6 days after his return to Nigeria, after he spent 15 whole days for just a 5-day engagement. He is now heading for this 10th trip to France in 2 years, this time for his annual holiday. It does look like Mr. President is running away from Nigeria at every slight opportunity, and one would wonder why so much of his 2 years in office has been spent on holidays or away from the very country he was elected to be president, to preside over. This is actually going to be a long one. He went on to say, meanwhile, at least 79% of Nigerians have been reported to be facing food insecurity. That is over 180 million people facing hunger. Nigeria, just last month, was declared the worst country to give birth, and just weeks ago, the worst place to live, with the world worst life expectancy. We deserve a president with all hands on deck to solve these issues. Now, before we continue, I read a particular comment earlier today, which I think I'll still read later, where the lady said here on X, she said that Peter Obi has traveled around Nigeria more than the president himself. And to be honest, that's true. I think there've not been any states that you will not hear that Mr. Peter Obi was there or he visited them one way or the other, maybe support educational wise or maybe disaster support or something. We went on to say Nigeria just last month was declared the worst country to give birth. We've talked about that. Across Nigeria, last month alone, while Mr. President was on one of his very many trips, over 50 people were killed in the horrifying mosque and village attack in Katsina State, with over 60 people kidnapped. This is exclusive of the many bandit attack and kidnapping just last month. He went on to say, one would have expected that the president would at least visit one of these states when he arrived 6 days ago, or at least visit Niger State, where just yesterday 60 of our citizens, women and children, died in a boat mishap, with many more still missing. what would it have taken the president to take a less than 30-minute trip to Niger State from Abuja in his jet? Mr. President could have at least visited the grieving families in Niger before jetting off again. Where is the compassion for Nigerian lives, Mr. President? How many more need to die for you to preside over the country? No holiday is more important than the Nigerian lives you swore to protect. At a time when Nigeria needs leadership, empathy, and presence, a president should not choose foreign holidays. True leadership is about sacrifice and the ability to improve healthcare, invest in quality education, pull millions out of poverty, and guarantee the security of every citizens. You know, the incident that happened in Niger State with over 60 people, I think till now that issue, even the media self, they did not even cover it properly as it's supposed to be, because I would just say they did not cover it properly as it's supposed to be, because that particular incident was a terrible one entirely, and it needed the intervention of the president. Even if, like he said clearly here, even if it's just a 30 minutes visit and all of that. But well, we know the country we are, we know the kind of leaders we have, so it is what it is. He's out of the country. The governors, and you might not even be surprised that even the governor of Niger State was part of the people who were in the airport. If you see him there, maybe you see his aide there, don't be surprised that he will even be part of the people who will go to the airport to, you know, say wave the president goodbye as he's going for his holiday abroad, you know, leaving the country with taxes and, you know, all of the mayhem we have here as a country. Now, this lady says, Sarah Ibrahim said, Peter Obi has visited and slept in more states in the last 2 years than man who says he is president. Tinubu just got back and he's traveling again. Has Tinubu ever visited any state in Nigeria up to 10 minutes? What is happening in France? What is happening in France? Why is he always in France? That's a very, I'll say, a thoughtful question to ask, because basically most of his holidays are always in France. Treatment, France. Official holidays, France. So maybe, we don't know, maybe there's a private hospital, there's a private doctor, there's a private facility owned by the Nigerian government in France that we as the people of Nigeria are not aware. Because I've never heard Mr. Peter Obi said he's going on a working vacation, or I don't even think even a private vacation. We hardly see him do such. But anyway, the president of the Federal Republic is the president of the Federal Republic. Anyway, your thoughts is very much welcome in the comment section. We'd love to hear what you think about this story. Please don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment.